for being here. Thank you for taking care of us another day. Lord, that you can let us live another day, Cheryl, if you want us to.
Yeah.
No doubt the enemy probably set a trap for some of us today that should have taken us out of this life. No doubt he probably did. That we really didn't know about, didn't see. But the Lord kept his hand upon us another day.
Yes.
Not saying that he for sure did, I'm just saying no doubt somebody in the building he probably tried to do something, George, to take us out.
Yeah.
But the Lord said, no, I'm not finished with them yet. They still got work to do.
Yeah.
Still got work to do. Like I've said different times before, I like to be found doing the work that he gave me to do. And when my work is done, be ready to go.
Yeah.
Be ready to go.
Yeah.
I thought he's got exactly what we need tonight.
Yeah.
And one thing I like about it, Cheryl, he's got an endless supply of it.
Yes.
No matter if I need peace, Brad, he's got an endless supply of peace. It never runs out.
Amen.
Never runs out.
Helping Jesus.
No matter what it is that I need, he's got it. And he's got an endless supply of it. He'll never run out of it. He'll never run out of it. Well, he's got what you need tonight. I was in one place, I was thinking about it a while ago. He told us, he said, if you give me your whole heart, I'll be found with you. I'll be found with you. He didn't say part of it or half of it, 3/4 of it. He didn't say, you give me your heart 5 days a week and I'll be found with you. He said, give me your whole heart. Your whole heart. And I found out if I want anything from God, I've got to give him my whole heart. And he'll give me what I need. He'll give me what I need. I thought I preached the other night, George, the other night that you was gone or missed or sick, about Revelation, you know, on the seals. There's 7 seals that have to be opened. From what I can understand, there's already been 5 of them, you know. And it talks about it, Joel, and I said, Lord, we surely ain't got long now, seem like to live this thing and to get ready to go. And you might say, well, I just don't feel like I've had enough time. I might just be this old or that old. But I got a saying, I say every once in a while, I say it don't matter if you're 10 years old, you come to the knowledge of the truth, you know, you're accountable for it. But no matter how old you are, he still gives you a lifetime. A lifetime. Some people might be 70 years old and some people might be 20 years old.
Yeah.
They might leave here at 20 years old, George, and some people might leave at 70 years old, but they both had a lifetime to get ready.
Right.
You might say, well, that just don't seem fair. But there's a set time that when everybody's leaving. When everybody's leaving. And he gives each and every person a lifetime to get ready. And I thought the Revelation is such a hard book for me to understand. But it seemed like that's just what I felt like has been needed for the last little while, Cheryl, trying to get people ready. And I'm going to try to do the best I can with this. I ain't got as much reading as I had the last time, but I still got a little bit. Still got a little bit. Maybe going to tell us, Brad, what's going to happen to the people that's not ready. That's not ready. They're going to have an awful hard time. They're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, they are.
Bad time. I thought I mentioned it one time up here, maybe a couple times, I guess. I don't know for sure. How that the children of God, they get a new body. But the lost people keep it, they ain't got no promise of a new body. It just don't say it nowhere in there, you know, that they got a promise of that. But we got a promise of a new body. But I'm going to read to us a little bit here about what's going to happen to the people, Cheryl, that takes them on. The people that's found lost and undone without God when Jesus comes back again. And we're living in scary times anyway. It's just scary things. Revelation is a scary book, but we're living in scary times anyway. And I want to be found ready. And I'm going to try to do everything that I can to help somebody to get ready. I'm nobody, Joe. I'm nothing tonight. Right, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. Like I ain't none of us nothing tonight. But if I can do one thing, sure will say one word to help one person, I will want to do just that. I want to do just that. I want to do everything this man give me, Joe. When I stand there, I won't have no worries.
Right.
Won't have no regrets. So if I do everything he tells me, I won't have no regrets. I won't have no worries. But if I don't do it, I'll be in trouble. We'll go over to chapter 9 first. Start at the first verse. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit. Now I thought there was a bottomless pit tonight in the enemy. It was created for him. Though the Lord, he didn't make it for me and you. But he made it for the devil and his angel. When he drug the third part of heaven out with him, that's who he made it for. In other words, oh boy, if that's the way you want to be, I got a place for you.
Yeah.
I won't send you to a bad place.
Happen more.
But he's trying to take me and you with him. And I just got to thinking about it today, Joe, and I got to thinking, I said, Lord, it seems like the enemy has got that old ugly crooked claw, and he's grabbed a hold of me by the arm and by the leg. He's reached down to the bottomless pit and he is dragging them. He is dragging them. They're kicking and screaming some of them, but sure he's still dragging them tonight.
Yes.
Right down to the pit. Right down to the pit. But when I was pretty young, and maybe Alfred was a pastor down there at Tribble all the time, and they had a play. It was the Judgment Day play. They put me on the side show that you drug people to hell, you know. That's where they put me over there. And some of them, they'd come up there, you know, and they'd read off this or that. Some of them got to go over to the good side. And some of them went to the bad side. And I didn't think a whole lot about it at the time, but I would grab a hold of some of them, and sure they would start screaming and they'd holler. They said, no, don't take me. No, don't take me. Don't take me. Right now, they might not be saying it with their lips, but they're saying it with their heart. Right? No, don't take me.
Yes.
Don't take me.
Yes. Happen more.
He's not going to have no remorse on me and you. He's not going to have no respect. He's not going to worry about your feelings. He's not going to worry about the tears that run down your face. He's going to drag you with a smile on his face. And say, I got you, old boy.
Yes.
I got you, old girl.
More.
Glory. I got you now. I'm taking you where I am. And you ain't never going to get out. Never going to get out. He didn't make the bottomless pit for me and you. But he made it for the devil and his angels.
You sure did.
People said, well, I hate for him to get loose. If he ain't already loose, I'd sure hate to be around when he is, Shirley.
Yes.
Yeah, come on.
I'd hate to be around when he is loose if he ain't already going through the earth right now. I think he's been roaming around for a long time.
Yes, he has.
I preached the other night, Jordan told him, I said, that horse has been riding and taking people out right and left.
Right.
And he's been riding for a long time.
Yeah.
And tonight being what it is, I believe he's going to work overtime tonight.
Yes, he is.
Glory. I believe that old horse with death on him, I believe he's riding overtime tonight. Working overtime tonight.
Yeah, he is, brother. Come on.
Taking people out lost and undone.
Yes.
Dragging them down, Joe, to the pit. Dragging them down to the pit. Thank God. You might say, well, we got little children. This is scare them. They need to hear about this, Shirley. They need to hear about it. Son, you listen to me real good now.
Yes.
Listen to Daddy real good. Logan, you listen to me, son.
Come on.
Don't get mad at me now.
No, help him, Lord.
I'm going to tell you nothing but the truth.
Come on.
There's a pit he'd like to take you and my boy to.
Come on now.
Yes.
I'm trying to keep him out of it.
Come on now.
Glory.
Come on now.
He didn't make it for you all.
No.
Gracie Aubrey didn't make it for you all. Hallelujah. He didn't make it for you,
Come on
son.
now. It's there, brother.
There is a way of escape.
There is.
Friday didn't make it for you. Says he didn't make it for you.
Come on now.
Praise the Lord.
He sent his son down there. He searched high and low
Yeah, he did.
to find one willing to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Find one willing to go.
Yes.
Praise your good name. Hallelujah.
Over there, Joel, on through the book there, Revelation, it talks about him rising up. You know, he was the greatest angel in heaven, the way I can understand.
Yes.
Maybe the most beautiful, had over to the rest of them, you know, probably the head angel over them all. Maybe right there next to Jesus and the Holy Ghost and God, you know, right there. Right there with him. And to what I can understand,
Trying to overtake you.
even him being in heaven. And heaven, as beautiful, as wonderful as it is,
Yeah.
there was a thought entered his mind.
Sure
Yes.
was.
You might say, well, how in the world could that happen, him being in heaven? It happened. It happened. I can't explain that, but it happened. Well, God made me the head angel. Maybe I just try to overtake him.
Yeah.
Maybe I just try to overtake him.
Yes.
I'll run the show. Once I destroy God, I'll run the show. And he went to the angels. I was about to say, walking up to one. You want to help me?
Come
No.
on now.
Yes.
You want to help me? No. You want to do the next? You want to help me? He began to lend the ear to him. Began to lend the ear to him. What you got to say, buddy?
Yes.
What you got to say? Well, I'm going to go against God and I'm going to overtake him.
Yeah.
He give me all this power. He made me the head angel. I'm going to overtake him. You want to go with me? Yeah, I'll go with you.
Help him, Lord.
Go on to the next. You want to go with me? No.
Come on.
Right on down the line till he got out of the third part of him. To go with him. To go with him. They made war in heaven.
Made war, brother. Come on.
Made war.
Move on, Lord.
Why, he thought he could take down the man that created it all.
Praise him.
I'll never know.
Come out and get
But they made war, Brad.
No,
Right in heaven.
we'll know when we get to heaven.
But you know what? He got defeated.
Yes.
He got kicked out.
Yes.
The Lord said, all right, buddy, if that's the way you want to be, I'll create a place for you and I'm going to put you there.
Right. Help him, Lord.
And all the ones that went with you. He didn't make it for us.
No, he didn't.
Did not. Can't convince me of that. And I've had people tell me, sure, I'm going to get through this as quick as I can. I've had people tell me, I just don't see a God throwing people into that offer. I said, he don't. I said, you put your own self there. I said, he gives you the choice. You either live right or you don't live there.
Yes.
He told us, choose you this day whom you're going to serve.
Yes.
Glory. You make the choice, either burn or be comforted. Burn or be comforted. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. Here's the start of their torment. And maybe I mentioned the other night about how they're killing people right now for this thing. They're putting them through torment right now for the name of Christ. Right tonight, y'all, no doubt somewhere in this world, somebody is probably getting beat half to death right now.
Yes, that's true.
Beating them half to death till they can't even move. Tormenting them right now, shedding the innocent blood. There's probably people sitting back in a circle laughing at them.
Yes.
Saying, hit them again. Kick them one more time. Hit them one more time. You boys, listen to me now. Listen to me. But things are going to change after a while. They're going to be tormented and we're going to be comforted.
Yes.
We're going to be comforted.
Yes.
Why? Because He told us, He said there will be a new heaven.
Yes.
And a new earth.
Praise the Lord.
Why? I always wondered why there going to be a new heaven. Why you going to do that? He said there was one time sin here.
Yes.
And I'm doing away with this. And I want to build a new one.
New one.
Build a new one. Well, there was no more sin ever be there. Be no more sin. Be no more sin. And I was always taught, I don't want to try to cross nobody, but I was always taught that the first sin that was ever committed, Eve committed it, but I believe the devil committed the first sin sure when he went against God in heaven. I haven't really thought much about it, but I believe that was the first one that was ever committed when he got that in his mind. Well, I'm going to go defeat God. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their forehead. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. Now, I've never been stung with one, but they say it's pretty bad pain. I reckon it's pretty excruciating pain. And they say some of them can kill you. That's what I've been told, though, that some of them can kill you, you know. But I believe it with all my heart. It says it right here, I'll read it to you, that they're going to seek to die. But death will flee from them. Death will flee from them. Thank God. Have you ever been to the place really in your heart that you really just wanted to leave out of here and say, Lord, I'm done. I'm done. If we ain't got the seal of God on our forehead, that time is going to come for me. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto the horses prepared unto battle. And on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. And they had hair as the hair of a woman, and their teeth was as the teeth of lions. And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron. And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots running, chariots of many horses running to battle. Now you take a little scorpion, Cheryl, or a little locust, you know, they're not very big. They're not very big. You get them in the right place, you can stomp them and kill them. Yeah. Stomp them and kill them, you know, they won't hurt you. But from what I can understand, these things right here is going to have some armor on. You ain't going to be able to stomp on them and kill them. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're not going to stomp on them and kill them. No. And they're not going to sting you till you die, because they're just going to keep on and on and on and on and on. Constantly being stung over and over and over. I can just about see people laying there screaming and crying, Lord, just please let me die. Let me die. No. No. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name is in the Hebrew tongue Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. And one woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before God, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are round about the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads with them, they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that told should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. Sound like some hard-hearted people. All this going on, Keith, they're seeking to die, and still they will not repent. Still, Brad, some of them will not repent. Said they would repent, no, they are hard-hearted people. Hard-hearted people. Hard-hearted people. It don't stop there. We're going over to the 16th chapter, the first verse. I'll tell you some more. Tell you some more. And this is upon the people that receives the mark. That's not got the seal of God in their forehead, Joe. We don't have to go through all this, sure. These people's going to go through this. For putting us through what they put us through and here in this life. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of wrath, of the wrath of God upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell an awesome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man. And every living soul died in the sea. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and the fountains of waters, and they became blood. Became blood. Now I believe when he pours that out through that little river that runs by my house, I believe it won't be a river of water. It'll be blood flowing by my house. That's what it says. So that will be turned to blood. Return to blood. Where do you get your water from? Most of the people get it from a little spring. From a little fountain that flows out of the mountains. My water comes out of the creek. They filter it a little bit and they send it on. They send it on. But it's going to be turned to blood after a while. It's going to be turned to blood. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and the fountains of waters, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the waters say, thou art righteous, O Lord, which art, and was, and shalt be, because thou hast judged thus. Not us, thus. Means them. You judged them. You've given them their just reward, what they deserve. Because they shed the blood of the saints. Shed the blood of the saints. Who's the saints? Me and you. People that's over there, Joe, telling people about God right now. They're shedding their blood, Shirley. Shedding their blood. Shedding their blood. For they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. For they are worthy. And I heard another angel, out of the altar say, even so, Lord God Almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. Lord have mercy. getting stung with locusts. Still they repented not. Still they repented not. Sound like these boys having an awful hard time. Having an awful hard time. They should have just served God to begin with. Should have just served Him to begin with, Keith.
Yeah.
But now the only thing they got to drink is blood. Blood. Now they're fixing to get scorched with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give Him glory. Lord have mercy. Scorching them with heat, burning them, and still they repented not to give God the glory. Why? Because the beast had done took over them. Done took over. Got them convinced, Job, that he is the one. Got them convinced, Brad, that he is the one. Surely they're not going to repent to God and give Him glory. They're just not going to do it. Not going to do it. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain, and blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For there are spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to battle at that great day of God Almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Now they done battled one time, Cheryl. They had a war. But the enemy, if he's going to rise up to war against God one more time.
Yeah.
And His saints. But you know what? He's going to be cast out again, and he's going to lose again.
Yes.
How can you say that? Because I read the end of the book, and it says that we won.
Yes, we're gonna Lord.
It says that we won. I thought he deceived the third part of the angels in heaven when he was there. And it told us right there that there was a third part of the earth was scorched. So it sounds like he's deceived the third part of the earth down here. I don't know what it is, but he's got a way of convincing at least so many people. So many people. But he's going to be cast back into the bottomless pit where he was cast the first time. And he took the third part of heaven there with him. And he's going to take the third part of the earth there with him this time. But the Lord is trying to get people ready. And they won't repent. I said, no, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. They're not hearing the words of the people. The preachers will stand up and preach their heart. Hung on about the heaven to the Holy Ghost, Joe. They'll speak their heart right out to them, and they say, no, I will not repent. I will not repent, and I will not do that. I will not do that. They'll say, well, I will never bow down. I'll never bow down. But it says that there's coming a day that they will bow. And every tongue will confess. But you know what? It's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. You might look at me and say, oh, are you trying to scare us to death? No. I'm trying to help us get ready, sir. I'm trying to help us get ready. That's what He called me to do, to preach to you people, to help you to get ready. Help you get ready. That's my work. I'm trying to help people get ready. Tell you what this good book says. But if you get scared, it's up to you. It's up to you. So they gnawed their tongues for pain. Why? Because they was being burnt, Keith. They've been scorched. You take a piece of meat and you lay it in the skillet, it gets burnt. It gets burnt. You take a lighter and you hold it to my hand, I'm going to start screaming after a while because I'm burning. I'm going to be making a lot of noise. Leave me alone. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get that away from me. I believe when that angel pours his bile out upon the sun and it starts scorching men, they're going to say, don't do that. Lord, don't let me burn. Don't let me burn. I believe some of them are going to curse him, Cheryl, and say, why did this happen? They're going to curse that man, Job. They're going to blaspheme against him, even though that they're burning. But you don't have to go through that. You don't have to go through that. If you let him put his seal upon you and keep it there, you don't have to go through that. They might kill us, but they can't kill the soul. They can only kill the body. He'll just go back to the dust of the earth anyway. I'll get the glorified body when I get over there.
Yes.
They might shed my blood down here, and it might run down to the ground. I'll lay there and die. But if I've got the seal of God in my forehead, if He has sealed me with His seal,
Yes.
He will raise me back up again.
Yes.
He will raise me back up again. Thank God. You might say, well, that bottomless pit, it sounds like an awful place. It is a horrible place. Horrible place. But He is dragging people every day. You just sit and think for just a minute. All across this world. Right now. No doubt some people probably started early today, drinking. Getting high.
Yeah.
Doing all the things that they do to celebrate. And all along, every time they turn that bottle up to get them a drink, He's dragging them just a little bit longer. Every time they stick that needle in there and they push that syringe out, they empty that syringe, He's dragging them just a little bit farther. Dragging them just a little bit farther. I heard a story one time about a preacher, and it's sad. Because he said he was a preacher. He said he was. He would get up and preach, and preach and preach and preach. And I guess was trying to preach it so hard, and close and this and that, while he was at church. But they didn't know, I guess, what he was doing when he went home. He was a different man.
Yeah, it was.
Different man. And he got sick, and he was laying in the bed dying, Joe. And they said that he started screaming, said, I am burning.
Yeah.
I am burning. Said, bring me some ice cubes here. Said he was cramming them in his mouth. And said, I am on fire.
Yes.
I'm burning. Said he was screaming at the top of his lungs. Said he was trying to climb up the wall, trying to get away from it. He said, I am on fire. I am burning. He was supposed to have been a preacher, a man of God. Don't tell me the enemy ain't dragging people down. He's dragging them every day.
Yeah.
Dragging them every day. He was begging and pleading. Please. Please. Said he was cramming his mouth full of them, Logan, trying to cool off. He said, I'm on fire. I am burning. He laid there and died lost.
Move on, Lord.
All the time he stood up behind the Bible stand and was preaching to people, keep the enemy was dragging him down to the pit.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't repent of what he was doing, apparently, because he never got right, because he was burning when he left this life. He was already burning. You might say, well, I don't believe that. I believe that with all my heart. I believe it with all my heart. I believe that. That'd be a horrible way to die. Horrible way to die.
Yes.
Burning in this life. And then if you're burning in this life already, apparently you're not right. And then when you go, and He casts you into the outer darkness, there is no getting away from it. There'll be no ice to cram in your mouth. There'll be no water to cool you off to drink. There was a rich man, Joe, and I believe with all my heart, right, he is still, no doubt, probably crying out right now, have mercy on me. Please, please, And I'm a firm believer, and if you pray to God long enough, He'll answer you somewhere along the way. I believe that. You might die, but He will still answer your prayers somewhere along the way. I believe that if you were sincere before Him. If it ain't for your own hurt now. But that is one man so that will never get his prayer answered. And no doubt he has probably prayed harder since he has been there than I have ever prayed in my whole life. I believe that, Joe. I believe he has really prayed. Begged and sought God.
Yes.
And God will never answer that prayer. Why? Because he gave him space to repent on this earth, and he repented not. Repented not. He gave him an opportunity, Joe, to get sealed. No. Don't want. Don't want. He's given us a chance tonight to make sure that we're ready to go. Are we going to have to drink blood after a while because we shed the blood of the saint? Not if we stay with what we got. Not if we stay with what we got. You might say, well, buddy, you have lost your mind. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm just telling you what the Word says. I know He's a just God. He's a loving God, merciful, full of peace, like I said a while ago. He's got an endless supply. But He is also a God of wrath. He's a God of wrath. He's going to start sending His angels out. Start sending them out. Pour it out. Pour it out. He didn't create that bottomless pit for me and you. He made an escape way for me and you. So now here it is. This is your way out. I didn't create this place for you, but if you don't live right and serve me, you're sending yourself there. Sending yourself there. He sent the devil out. I got to reading about Job the other day. It sounded like they kind of had a little meeting, in heaven. And the devil went there and presented himself before God. He said, whence comest thou? He said, from going to and fro on the earth. He said, have you considered my servant Job? He put him down here, Cheryl, to roam the earth. He let him roam the earth. Just try people out. He's been good to me. Thank you for being here.